Hey! You are listening to Why Not? The podcast with your hosts,
Ben
and Rachel.
I forgot I had to jump in with my name. It's been so many years.
Anyway, we have started the podcast. This is season 2. Technically, I would like to say it's season 1 because we have grown. We are new. Lockdown 3.0. Yes, number 3. We've got this, guys. Keep it going.
Yes, because podcasts in 2021, they only happen during lockdown.
They do. Anyway, should we talk about why we're rebooting us?
Rebooting? Why we're rebooting?
Why we're changing up. We're changing up, aren't we?
Yes. Why, Rachel? Why are we rebooting?
Rebooting. I'm never going to live that down.
No.
We have grown. We have matured.
We've grown.
We want to be more unique in who we are. So it's going to have bits from last time, new bits. We want to talk about what it's like, our favourite TV shows, hot topics, what's going on in the world at the minute, but also being a Christian in the modern day world. We'll have a couple of episodes about that. And lots of fun. And guests. We're going to have lots of guests on this season, aren't we?
Jack Black, we booked him for episode 312.
Maybe.
We can do that. He's not doing anything, it's lockdown.
Anyway, should I explain what's coming up?
What is coming up
or
today?
Do you want to explain, or me to explain?
Can I say, here's what's coming up, and you do it like a professional TV show? Okay. Here's what's coming up today.
We are starting off with Tea With. This is a brand new segment, and you'll find out more about that. Then we're going on to Weekly Watch List, where we recommend you anything from TV shows to a podcast, to a song, to our favourite food that week, what we've been loving. Then we are going on to the hot topic. This week's hot topic is
resolutions.
Are they good or bad?
No, they're bad.
Let's find out later on in the show. And then we will be saying goodbye.
Yes.
Let's get into it.
Okay. Are we ready? Right, stick that kettle on. It's time for Tea With. That's an authentic kettle sound effect.
This week we are doing... Do you want to explain what we're doing? What the idea is?
Okay, what are we doing? I've only got one note about what we're doing and it's not applicable this week. What are we doing, right? Okay,
so what this segment is, you've got to explain what it is. So it's basically, we will get a guest on, but this week, short notice, we didn't really get a reply from our guest. It was really short notice, that's our fault. So you're going to have tea with us.
Yes.
With Ben and Rachel.
With more passion.
Tea with us.
Okay. Because normally it will be tea with Jack Black.
Okay, you're obsessed. So this is... Do you want to say what it is? What it is?
What it is.
Okay, what it is. I feel like I'm just here and Ben's just like commenting here and there. So we're going to be... Our guest will ask us a question. It'll be a bit juicy. We're not gossiping, because we're talking about our own.
It's the hot goss.
We're talking about our XOXO. That's a deal now. And we'll be talking about what we like, what the answer to the questions about us. But if we understand if you're not really into this type of stuff, don't worry, you can skip it. Should we ask? Do you want to go first? Ask me a question.
Do I want to go first? What a question that is. Okay, Rach, I've prepared a question. I want to know, have you ever done something and not been caught? And what was it? Or have you ever been accused of doing something and it was someone else?
Okay.
And they, for this longest time, have just been getting away with it?
They don't get away with it now because they finally admit it.
They've admitted.
So my sister, Ellie, you know the story. When I was at my nan's, love my nan, she slapped me on the back. We were in an argument, she slapped me on the back. There was a handprint mark, red as anything, on the back. And I ran in and I went, she slapped me. Guess what she went, I didn't do that. She did that to herself. Gotta admit, when I was younger, I think like everyone must have done this at least once. Like you say they've hurt you and they've not?
I don't know. I think my brother used to hurt me.
So Ellie went, no, it weren't me. It was Rachel. She did it on herself. There was a handprint mark. How the heck would I have slapped myself so hard? There was a handprint. My nan believed her because no one believed me back then. And since until we were like probably 15, she still said it was me. And I think there's loads that me and Ellie had a lot of arguments like this.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I've been the one to actually do something. I still remember to this day being accused of, we had like a really nice Toshiba laptop and it was just down the side of our sofa. And then one day Mum opened it up and it was cracked and obviously someone or something had stood on it. And it was down the corner where I was quite a skinny boy, I could get down there. But it was also the dog's favourite spot to go and he jumped down off the sofa. So I, to this day, believe the dog broke that.
Not you.
Not me.
Okay.
And I'm still being accused.
Do you want to know what your question is?
What's my question?
What's the awkwardest, most embarrassing or extreme thing you've done to get an attention of a crush? It could be me or it could be a past crush.
To get their attention?
Or to kind of like show off?
I've had loads. I can tell you the awkwardest moment I've had before we were together that I can think of, but I don't know if it's something that I necessarily did, because I remember I was talking to you in one room at our church while you were setting something down, and it was the night that I asked you out for a date, and I was going to in that moment, and your brother from across the other side of another room yelled in front of everyone. There must have been like 30 people in that room, yelled, "Get out of that room with my sister." And that put my plans on hold for a long time. But I don't know if I've ever done something to get their attention. I think I'm quite shy in that if they don't want to pay attention to me, I'll happily never talk to them.
I can vouch for that because it took ages.
Yeah.
I will say mine. It's kind of sad, a bit deep and depressing. But one of Ben's ex-girlfriends, so I've liked Ben since I was like 13, took him many girlfriends and many years to...
Not many.
The average amount. Okay, I've never had a boyfriend before Ben. So to me it was a lot, but it's not really in the grand scheme of things. People have a lot more. Anyway, so there's one girl and she was a friend of mine and I started acting like her, which is the total opposite of me, to try and get his attention. So yeah.
Which one's this? Spell it out in the air to me.
So I started kind of acting like that person. And it didn't do me any good.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
There's a reason that relationship ended.
Anyway, so that was tea with.
Tea with. Turn off that kettle. Pour your tea down the drain. Empty the tea bags out the teapot. Wash your pots. Dry them as well and put them away. It's time for the next segment.
I need a pee.
Okay, we can pause for you to pee, but I'm keeping it running. Okay, sponsorship break. Should anyone want to sponsor us in the coming weeks, we'll take anything. HelloFresh. You sponsor everything. Sponsor us. I could do with the money. I'm an essential worker. I would like money, please, to buy more games for my PlayStation 5. I'm coming up, I'm coming. Want the world to do. I'm coming up. I want the world to do. Alexa, tell me a maths joke.
You know what seems odd to me? Numbers that are divisible by 2.
Get out the seat.
No,
Get out the seat.
you have the seat. Okay, welcome to our next segment. This is the weekly watch list. We're going to break down everything or recommend things we've been watching, what we've been reading, what we've been listening to. But the weekly watch list was an alliteration, so we went with that.
Ben went with that. He really liked it, so I let him have it.
I thought it was a really cool name.
It is a cool name.
Yeah.
Ben, what's your weekly watch list?
Oh, what have I been watching? I watch a lot of things. So, what's been
You know what mine
my
is.
favourite? Yeah, probably, unfortunately. You know what's really good if you're 18 plus? The Boys on Amazon Prime. If you like superhero things, or if you hate superhero things, The Boys is incredible. Shut up, man. You check that out. That's all about. It's kind of a satire on superhero things, but it's more like if they were real, this would most likely be how that situation would pan out. And it's good. I'd recommend it to anyone who's 18 plus or whose parents have a lenient approach to what they can watch.
Me, on the other hand, I've got 3 things to recommend.
Well, I can recommend a book later.
Okay, so I'll do the best or last. Okay, so I've been reading a book series. Oh, I can't remember what it's called now.
It's not good, so
If you're into the kind of teenager rom-com, well, it's not rom-com, romance, but like proper teenager, I think it's called Not Summer Without You. Oh, the summer I turned pretty. The summer I turned pretty.
oh, it sounds absolutely thrilling.
So it's a free. When there's like free.
It's called a trilogy.
A trilogy, and if you're just like a happy, I read that each book I read in a week. I really enjoyed it. I did a splurge there on the expensive ones because they look pretty.
Yeah.
So my next recommendation is a podcast. My absolute favourite podcast in the whole entire world. It's called As For Me and My House. Elena Cinciati and her husband do this podcast. They're probably, I think she's like 24. They have 2 kids. Amazing. They talk about the Bible. They talk about being married, relationships, how to deal with something if you're a man, how to deal with something with a woman. They literally have everything for everyone. And then finally, TV show. Love it. Everybody should watch it. Even you did enjoy it. Ben, you didn't let me watch it without you.
Yeah, because we started it, and when you start something, you've got to finish it.
You finished Broadchurch with me.
I didn't like that though.
Okay, so Bridgerton, it's like Gossip Girl, but set in the 1800s. Don't let the 1800s freak you out. It's on Netflix. It's amazing. You'll just love it. I don't even know how to explain it. It's about debutantes, which are basically girls in the 1800s that go out into society and go get married.
That was my dream job as a child.
And that's all I can say, so I don't spoil it. But if you, again, it is a 15, and I don't know how it passes a 15. I swear. There must be, from episode 5, it must be an 18.
Overall, it's a 15, which means the highest rating, 15.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it is. I understand the first bit, but it's really good. All my days, you should watch it. If you're 15, please definitely watch it.
Or don't.
Everyone I recommended it to, love it.
Or don't watch it. Just suit yourself. But
I think men and women can enjoy that.
Or not. But here's my recommendation of a book, right? So, nerd people around there, people, you look at that camera and swill water again and you'll die. So, people that like comic book movies, comic book shows. Ow! I'm being hit if you listen to this podcast.
No.
I was hit.
I didn't. You just keep.
She looked at my leg and she went. So, people that like comic books and comic book movies and comic book shows. There's a show coming out soon based on a comic called Invincible. So I was reading that, and that's really good. A lot of pages, a lot of words. Get a compendium. It'll only cost you £900. Cost me £7.09. Is that everything we've got to recommend to you in this week of January?
It is.
In 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Great stuff. That was the weekly watch list. Let's take a break and we'll dream about the next segment while we refresh our minds. But for you, it will be but a second.
Hot topic, hot topic, hot topic. It's like the hot chocolate. Anyway.
What?
From Polar Express.
Yeah.
Hot chocolate.
I mean, back to watch list. Don't watch Polar Express.
Please watch it.
No, we don't have time to talk about it, Rach. Hot topic.
Hot topic this week is New Year resolutions.
Are they good? Are they bad? What's the crack about resolutions?
What's the crack? Do you want to know some information?
You tell me some facts that you searched last minute about resolutions.
New Year's resolutions date back for over 4,000 years ago in ancient Babylon, which is in the Bible.
It's also a place.
In Babylon.
Yeah.
And it began with them promising gods of new things that they're going to do and asking them to give them something in return. And most of the time it was freedom from debt. But New Year didn't happen until like March, I think. But Emperor Julius Caesar changed the calendar to January the 1st to start the new year.
What a nice guy.
And then, I'm trying to find the most important information that I've noted. And then, fast forward to 1800s, Bridgerton. The tradition of making New Year's resolutions was common enough and people started to practice them. And in a magazine, that was when it was first mentioned, really. Interesting. So yeah, it just kind of came from people asking gods to set them free from certain stuff. But then it got changed into a self thing.
Yeah, like improving yourself.
Yeah. And guess how many people in the United States set New Year's resolutions?
There's about 5. That's an honest guess. I don't think they try.
40%.
40%?
How many in the UK?
24.
22.
Oh, close.
Close. But how many people break it?
How many people break
in the
it?
first week of February?
22%.
80% of people break it. But yeah, that's basically all the fascinating facts I found.
That was enlightening.
Good.
What do you think personally of New Year's resolutions? Do you have any?
I do.
Go ahead.
It's not very narrowed down. It's to eat healthier and to work out more.
Yeah.
And I've done well so far.
I've done swimmingly.
You haven't?
No.
So we were going to set a New Year's resolution and then to go start a gym, but unfortunately gyms are closed. So I decided, don't worry, I can work out at home. Then, no, he's saying I'm not doing it until gyms are open.
Yeah, because lockdown, I've got to keep myself afloat.
And you're eating?
Rollers.
Exactly. He's eating chocolate right now.
Yeah, because you should. Because here's my view on resolutions. Are you ready to get shook to your core?
I don't even answer the question. Though.
Okay, you can answer the question.
You can.
Okay. I don't like resolutions, man. It's too much to hold yourself to, especially in the first little bit of the year. Because I think there's 2 ways to look at resolutions. You can have like, I've got to do this, or it would be nice, should I achieve this by the end of the year? And I think it's too much to be like, every day, I made that promise to myself, I've got to do this. I don't like that, especially not in 2021, when we're locked down and we can't leave our houses.
This is my opinion.
Go ahead.
I think resolutions can be good. I don't think you should set ones where it's like, well, there isn't. Don't put pressure on yourself to be like working out every day. That's unrealistic. Unless you've done that. It's unrealistic. Because, trust me, I did 2 workouts 2 days in a row and I was just dead. But I'm not giving up, and I think you could set resolutions, not just in January. You set goals, you set targets and stuff. For example, reading the Bible every day, that's my goal. But I'm not going to beat myself up if I don't do that. But stuff like reading the Bible every day, or doing work on time and the day you get it and stuff like that, I think they're good goals to set. Because that's making you productive, and I think some people need that. You promise yourself this, and it makes them do it more. There's that side of it, but I think you're right. There's too much pressure.
I think you go off the year though. Like, I think most other years, not this year. Like, if it was 2016 when everything was good, except like every celebrity was dying. I think, like, you could be like, my New Year's resolution is I'm going to go running every day. I'm going to go to the gym every Saturday. I'm going to do this every Tuesday. But this year, it's everyone's in that frail mental state of, like, we're 4 days into the year and now we can't leave our house.
I think for some people, though, it actually helps mental health.
Yeah, I think everyone's different.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. You need to find out what works for you. Give it a go. I think everyone should give a go at New Year's resolutions to find out if it's for them. So if you've never had a go, you never know. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think eating healthy for me is a big thing, because mental health, you need to get healthy to have a good mental health. Doesn't mean you're not allowed to eat bad food. It just means eat good. Maybe don't target yourself. I'm doing it to lose weight. Target yourself as, I don't want my intestines to be all messed up and my heart to be messed up.
No, that's my goal. I think I don't set myself unachievable resolutions. Set them low, achieve everything.
Yeah. So I get that. So like, if you're saying, go to gym a day, why don't you just put work out 4 times a week?
That's low in your mind.
If you're wanting to go to the gym every day.
Madman. You're a madman.
We're like reading books. If you say to yourself, I want to read 2 books every month, but you're a bit apprehensive about it, say to yourself, read at least 1 book.
Yeah. You can also, if you're someone like me who's like a last minute worker, is rather than saying like, I want to do this many a month, be like, I want to read 12 books in a year.
Yeah.
And that way I might have got like 7 books done by the time it's November. And then you can pick 5 short books to read between November and December, or books that you've been eyeing up all year.
Read the old Bible, that's what, 16, something through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I set my resolution, my one resolution, as I'm gonna complete Spider-Man Miles Morales on the PS5. 100%. I've never 100% completed a game before.
Ben was so excited with me to start this fitness journey, and
Yeah,
you just ditched it.
I've not ditched it, man.
You have, man.
No. The gyms are gonna open, and I'll be fit as a fiddle.
We bought fitness watches and everything.
Yeah. It keeps me fit. I do like 1 billion
He's
steps a
literally
day.
sat staring at his belly, shaking it.
Yeah, I can shake it like a bowl full of jelly. I'm still in a festive mood.
I think I kind of like New Year's resolutions. I like the idea of a new year, new start. I'm one of them people where it's like new week, new start kind of person.
Do you mean New Year, New Start?
No, because you can have like Monday.
Like a
Monday,
weekly resolution.
Yeah, but I mean like just to start. It's to start something new. It's kind of like a clean plate. Yes, Mondays can be paid, but Mondays I don't start work until 3. So it's not bad, it's kind of like refreshing for me.
Yeah. On a Monday, I like to try and watch a whole series.
Ben doesn't do
TV
anything.
show. Did last Sunday. I watched season 1 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Not Sunday, Monday. It was really good, really eye-opening.
He's a very productive guy.
I am indeed.
But
only took me 15 days to watch every single episode of Friends while I was at school.
How did you do on your GCSEs?
Passed them all. Passed 8 of them. 8 of the 9.
What's our conclusion?
What's our conclusion? Resolutions are subjective to you, the person.
Yeah.
Do you think you're in a capable place to do it? Don't put pressure on yourself if you don't. But I would say, to wrap it up in a neat little bow, why make a resolution? Why not? You get it?
Why not the podcast?
Why not the podcast?
Yeah, your New Year's resolution could be to listen to every episode of Why Not?
Not many.
No, like when they come out.
Oh, starting now.
Yeah.
You could do that. Yeah.
When are we wanting? Doesn't matter.
When will this be out? Today. Because they're listening to it right now, Rachel. It's in their ears.
Awesome. Anyway, that is the hot topic for today.
That's the hot topic, and that means that's the podcast.
Let's go
With
to the
Dunzel Washington.
Let's go to the outro.
Yeah, let's go to the outro.
Do you want me to stop it?
You can stop it.
Well then, Ben, that has come to the end of the podcast. How have you enjoyed today getting back into it?
I've enjoyed it.
We've only argued once.
Yeah, it was your fault. You just kicked my desk. We're going to have a second argument. Stop this podcast.
I've really enjoyed it. And get in touch with us on our Instagram, which is...
I can find out. Carry on and I'll tell you that.
I think it's at Why Not
No, I changed
_
it.
podcast. I always changed it. Listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, any other streaming networks.
Yeah. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
I changed it to something more catchy than the podcast WN. It's now whynot.pod.
Whynot.pod. Follow us on Instagram. All the links will be in the description. And we'll see you next week.
Next week. Let us know what you want to hear. I don't know if you said that. I was mentally tuned down.
Just get in touch with us.
Yeah, get in touch. Let us know how your 2020 was.
Anyway, you've been listening to Why Not, the podcast.
Soon to be sponsored by HelloFresh.
No.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you for listening to Why Not, the podcast with your hosts,
Rachel.
and Ben.
Ah, look. It was the twist.
See you next week.